Okay, so today is July 20th, 2020. It is 8:06, and this is the Hubbardston Parks Commission's meeting. Virtual meeting information. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL 308-18, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Hubbardston Parks Commission will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the town website. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately assess the proceedings in real time via Zoom. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website a comprehensive recording of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. So, with that being said, first of all, I want to congratulate everyone who has been reelected, and unfortunately, Eric Gemley was going to try to join our meeting tonight. He's going to be the newest member of the Parks. And he was elected at the elections on June 30th, and unfortunately he's unable to be here. So opening the meeting, which we did at 8:06, do we want to start with the minutes? Did anyone make the minutes of June 3rd? No?
Yeah,
Dave?
I sent them out. I sent them out to everybody.
Okay.
They were May and June were sent together.
All right. So I did not think to print them out. I did. Did everyone review them when they got them?
Yes.
All right. Did anyone have any questions or concern about them?
No.
Nope.
All in favor of approving the minutes of May and June?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And Dave, you'll do the minutes for tonight?
I'm typing as we speak, as we meet.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So from there, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Jay Girton, who did attend the Eagle Scout ceremony, and let him introduce the Eagle Scout in the presentation.
Yes, I had the pleasure of attending on July 9th and 10th. Henry Foley did a fabulous job. He's going to tell us all about it, I'm sure. Right, Henry? And he did, you guys have probably seen him up there now, but he did, him and his fellow scouts did a great job building 2 benches and dedicating them. I'll let him tell you more about it, but go ahead, Henry, you can start. I just wanted to start by saying you did a great job. I'm sure you will tonight too.
Thank you. Is there any possibility that I can share my screen so I can put the photos and report up?
I don't have the ability to give that. It would have to be Sandra as the presenter. She might have the ability, but that's.
All right. Well, that's all right.
You're on mute, Sandra.
I can just read from it. It's all right.
Okay. I did send it to everyone, but I think I didn't get it to Brian because he sent us it to us what he had done. And Brian, you weren't home, and I got your text, and I didn't get it to you. But Jay got a copy, and I know Dave got a copy.
Okay.
Hey, I see share screen available at the bottom. You might be able to grab it yourself.
This was disabled. I tried it.
Oh, you tried?
Okay.
Okay. We do have a copy of it, though, other than Brian, and we can share it with him later.
Yeah, and I was at the Friday presentation as well.
Okay.
All right, so most of this should seem sort of familiar, but I can just go over a quick description of the project, a recap. The project was to assemble a pair of benches to memorialize the 2 teenagers, Nick Halfrey and Brittany Murch. These benches are handed off to you guys to take care of, and the intention was not only to serve places as a place to relax, but as a positive way to remember the 2 teenagers. The Um, so the two different parts of the Eagle Scout proposal process is I have to first come up with an initial proposal, which I approached you guys back a while back. And after that gets approved, then I go on to complete a more complicated plan, which has the specifics on like how to do, what to do, when to do. Um, so I can just go over a bit of like what changed from my proposal and to when I was planning the project. So me and Mr. Carrigan went through a very lengthy process of developing the Eagle Scout plan. Took many months, as you can attest to, but thankfully through his guidance, I made it pretty watertight, and any sort of questions I had during the process, I could refer back to it. I had planned the dates originally in March, but obviously COVID hit and I had to get pushed back until we could gather again. So after restrictions lifted, I gathered the volunteers, sourced all the supplies and materials. Luckily, I was able to get all the materials donated from my grandfather who works at Koopman's Lumber. They were very gracious in donating all that materials. It saved us a lot of money in time raising the money. So yeah. We then completed the project over 3 days, 2 weekends, well, 1.5, and they were dedicated on the 9th and 10th, as some of you were there. I can go over what went well. So as I was building and during the dedication, the members of my troop acted very respectfully. I think they all knew what they were doing, not only just building a bench, but doing this as making a positive memory for those two teenagers. I was extremely surprised and grateful to see the amount of hard work and dedication they put into helping me make this project possible. I was even able to involve scouts who had no previous experience, and in very little time, they were able to help me. And there was also very little people standing around. I was able to find a job for everybody. So I talked to the families. They said they loved the work. I talked to you guys. You said it was awesome. So I'm super happy that you guys think that way, and I'm very proud of what we did. The challenging part. So the development of the proposal and the plan took a lot longer than I initially wanted it to. I talked to this about maybe to Mr. Gurton or maybe one of the family members, but I was having instances where I would be making the plan and the proposal, and then something would happen, whether it be just school related or whatever. They would push it back, and there was a lot of time spent on the computer editing. But again, as I said earlier, it turned out very well, and I didn't have any issues with the plan. But it was frustrating, and it got to the point where I was almost thinking about giving up, because it was like 2 years of editing and fixing stuff that it was really getting to me. And it was also, I had to learn a new style of leadership that I wasn't used to. Typically, I'm more of the guy who likes to just come up with a plan and try and get it done with as little people possible, more the servant leadership type. So trying to involve people and letting people help me was more of like a difficult internal task to overcome. So can talk about leadership. So an important part of carrying these projects out is keeping the work moving steadily. And over the course of the 3 days when work was happening, I did my best to keep people excited and hardworking, realizing that burnout was a real thing. So I did have times where we had breaks, and I tried to provide the best food possible so everybody would keep their moods up. And everybody listened to what I said. It was super helpful that I didn't have anybody talking back. And I thought I did a really good job of being patient. And I really had to help people get back on track, and also help people learn a bunch of new things that they didn't know before. I would say the most difficult part about being the leader was it was just like there was this instances where we would find a block in the project where it was only one tool and then we had people standing around. So trying to keep those people, keep the work moving is very difficult. Something I hadn't dealt with. But knowing that everybody was happy walking away from the project, that they had learned something and that they had been part of this project that's going to stay in the town for a long time, I was really happy that I could let those people be a part of it. And I learned different styles of leadership and when they work best, and learned how to manage a group more effectively. And most importantly, I learned how to step away and let people help rather than just doing the work myself. So as for the materials, supplies, and tools, I didn't have to pay for any of the tools or the materials. The only thing I had to pay for was the supply and food. And it turns out the food was a whole lot more expensive than I initially thought, but the materials luckily were donated, so I saved a lot of money there. And altogether, I estimated that we spent around 200 service hours with everybody helping. Total of 14 people helped, and around 200 hours in total. As for the funding, I talked with Sanda. She said that Parks was helping with the Home Depot, the money I'd spent on Home Depot for the supplies, which is very helpful. All total, it was $188. So a lot less than I had initially planned in my proposal, which is great. And I think that's about it. I can also send you guys a whole bunch of photos. We took a ton of photos of the benches with the families and the benches being assembled. But altogether, I think that's it. I think Sanda might have forwarded you the receipts and the copy of this plan if you would want to check anything else I didn't mention, but I think I got most of it. That's it.
So that was nice job, Henry. I think you explained it really well. I think you did a great job. It's good to see the turnout on both those days. I know Dave and Brian were there on Friday as well. Your fellow scouts and the families and all their friends coming out to see the fine work that you did. And Sanda and I can attest to how heavy those benches are. We went to move one tonight. Well, Brian too. We moved it tonight because someone had moved it. We made sure it was back, and we put a chain around it. One at the skate park is secured. Solid. I would imagine it's going to last a long time. Go ahead.
It's a security feature to prevent people from stealing them.
Yeah. You know, they're gonna get strong moving them. One of the two get them work out. Did anybody else on Parks have any questions for Henry?
I don't have any questions, but I just like to say congrats on, the Eagle, and you have a couple more things I'm sure to finish up to get it all done, but it's a huge honor. So congrats on that, and the benches look great. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Henry, I also want to tell you too, I went down and saw the benches after they were put in, and they are beautiful. And I think that you did a wonderful job. I think you learned some great life lessons on different leadership styles and working with different people, which is probably, as adults, we could say is the biggest thing you need to learn in life, is how to deal with other people and delegating work and what have you. But you've done a wonderful job, and those benches are just beautiful, and congratulations on your Eagle Scout. Job well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I had sent you an email earlier about potentially meeting at the rec field tomorrow to get the paper signed.
Yep, I know you need the paper signed, so I was gonna ask, can we meet at 10:30? Because I have to be in Gardner at 11, then I don't have to go to the rec field twice, because I live on the other side of town.
Yeah, the rec field's on 10:30.
10:30? Okay, that sounds great.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Great project. Anyone else?
Thanks, Henry. Nice job.
So originally, Sandra, when Henry came to us and proposed this project, we had agreed upon a sum. I think it was like $50 to put towards it. Do we have to vote to get that in now, or was that taken care of?
No, that, we voted then,
Right.
and so that's, I just needed receipts, and I'll submit the voucher, and they'll get reimbursed in about 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. No, great job, Henry. That's all. I think that's all we have.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you for sponsoring yet another one of our Eagle projects.
Hey, we love it. Keep bringing them on. We
I've
got,
got another one for you coming really soon.
oh, good. We have a whole list of
Sounds
stuff.
good.
Yeah, I'll put my Jack in touch with you.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
all right.
Yeah,
Oh, all
yeah.
right.
all righty.
All right,
Congratulations.
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Back to
Have a
you.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.
All right. Are we all set from there? Did anyone print out the agenda?
I didn't print it out, but I have it in front of me somewhere. Just gotta find it.
No, that's fine. So the next item is the park grant. And
Yep.
and Ryan and I worked on the park grant. It was pretty intensive, but I think we've put together a great park proposal. It was due on July
I
15th.
don't think it was me, was it? Did I help? I don't
I
remember.
can't hear you. What?
Did I help
Oh,
with that?
Ryan, not
Oh,
Brian.
Ryan. I was like, I don't remember
Oh,
doing
no,
that.
no.
That makes a lot more
No.
sense.
I think he would remember that.
Oh yeah, grants are fun.
Yeah, so, but anyways, we put together a great grant. We got it in the day before it was due, so that was really good. And I think we might have a really good chance of getting it. So, you know, fingers crossed. I mean, if we don't get it, we'll find out at the end of the year. But if we do get it, we might not be able to start building the playground until July 1st. Because we would have to build in 2022, fiscal year 2022, which starts July 1st. If we don't get the grant, we can start as early as we want in the spring. So, all right.
We
But
can
yeah.
start now if we don't get the grant. No, we
Well,
can't do anything now.
we can't start anything now because the way the grant is written for playgrounds is the first year is for design only, and the second year is for construction.
Okay.
I think I'm frozen, but can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
So fiscal year 2021 we're in right now, and so fiscal year 2022 will start July 1st next year. So if we do get the grant, that would be the second year where we can start construction as of July 1st. If we're told we didn't get the grant, then we're free to spend the CPA money without worrying about meeting the criteria for reimbursement from the grant. So if we have an early spring and nice, weather, we could maybe do it in March, but fingers crossed we get the grant and get some additional funding.
So we can't move forward at all until we know the status of the grant.
Correct.
Oh, that stinks.
We can't even do any design stuff.
Well, the thing about the design stuff that I found a little confusing is I thought originally we could pick someone off the state bid list and work with them. But Brian said that really you have to kind of come up with a design. So we could hire an architect to help design it and pay them for it. But these vendors, and then send it out to 3 vendors for a bid and then decide, once we get 3 bids and decide who we want to work with, and then we can tweak that design. Does that make sense? I can see Dave thinking.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm
Guess what?
following that. And I'm not sure I'm crazy about that.
So I thought we could just pick someone off the bid list and work with them because they were on the bid list, but that's not how it works. That's not how it works. So we have to come up with a design that we like and send it to them and then decide which vendor we want to work with, but we have to pick at least 3 vendors to give us estimates to decide who we want to work with.
Oh, all right. Well, I understand that.
So we don't have to pick the lowest bidder. We can pick the vendor we want to work with, but we have to get estimates from 3 of them. We have to give them a design that's similar to what we're looking for. And then we decide who we want to work with. And once that happens, then we can tweak our design, you know, a little bit to have it match what we want or change out things here or there. But we have to give them a similar proposal to what we're looking for.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have to hire a designer, an architect to come in and pay for someone to design exactly what we want in year 1.
I feel like at this point, from what we've been looking at, I feel like we got a general idea what we want. So I feel like it'd be pretty easy to put something out to people.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I don't know if we need to pay somebody.
Yeah, and like they say, you can tweak things here and there and move things or add things, but it has to be, but when you're getting an estimate, you have to send everyone the same design and say, this is what we're looking for. What do you offer based on this? So, because they're obviously, people giving you an estimate are all working with different companies. So they're all going to have similar but not identical pieces of play equipment. So, does that make more sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
but so that's good. The grant got in time and was very well put together. Ryan actually reached out to all the local representatives, you know, Ann Goby and Don, what's his name? Barthum, Spencer, and was that the third one? I don't remember who the third one is. That's horrible to think I don't know all my local representatives, but, and they all sent letter of support for the project. So that was good. And plus the board of, the town cemetery, town center committee, because they actually had in the master plan for the town improving the playground so that, you know, because you have to kind of say to the state that this has been our plan. Our plan has been to rehab this playground all along, and we've been working on it, and this is our long, you know, range goal and what have you. But anyways, I think it came out really good. I think the grant came, the application and the support for it came out really good, and you know, fingers crossed we get it. So I think that'll make everyone happy. So any other questions about the grant?
Nope.
Okay. I can tell you that the person who reviews the grant usually comes and does a site visitation to see your spot and see what you want to do and what have you. So when that happens, I'll let you know if anyone's available to meet with her and you know, see the, you know, show her the project and what we're looking at and what we're looking to replace and what have you. So that will probably happen the end of August, maybe mid-September. Going forward from there, field requests. I haven't had any new field requests. Baseball was going to submit one to use the fields with, I think they said Narragansett League, but I never got anything, so I don't know. I don't know if that fell apart. But I did notice, and I don't know if anyone else noticed, that I've seen a girls soccer team down there.
I was going to ask you.
It's the Quabbin Middle High School, or maybe just the high school, doing their captain practices, is my understanding.
Oh, okay. Because I just saw them there last week, like on Thursday. All right, so I'm gonna have to write to Jess Turog to see if she's involved in that, because people can't just use our fields.
Yeah, I don't know who's in charge of it, of doing captain practices. I have no idea on that.
Those are for like the high school team, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not, yeah, it's not, Jesse wouldn't be involved in that. That's high
probably
school.
not.
So yeah, because I mean, it's one thing to do a pickup game. It's another thing if you're an organized team to do that, and they're not supposed to use the fields. Why aren't they using the fields up at Quabbin?
It's a great
I don't
question.
Probably captain.
Huh? Does anyone know who the captain is? No?
I can ask Tony, but I have no guarantees on that.
Yeah. Or I can reach out and see if I can get some information as to who it is.
Yeah, I just know because Mabel was picking up her team shirt for the that other league that's supposed to be playing. That's not going to play, obviously, but I forget, the French River League or whatever.
French
Oh,
River,
they
yeah.
do that? Yeah.
It doesn't sound like they're going to do it. I mean, unless something drastically changes in the next,
Mhm.
day.
Okay, so, you know what, actually, I actually think maybe I will write, if everyone thinks I should, an email to Myville. He's the
Oh, yeah.
athletic director, and I think he's
Yep.
still up there. And just ask him about it and talk to him about it. It's one thing if girls are just randomly picking up there for a game. It's another thing if it's an organization. They're just not supposed to do it.
They just need to submit the paperwork, right?
Correct, absolutely. Yeah.
That shouldn't, I can't imagine that'll be a problem.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine it would be either. So, and the whole thing is the whole bottom line is we have to protect the town. One of
Right.
those girls breaks her legs there and then all of a sudden they weren't supposed to be there, so I didn't know if anyone else had seen them and if anyone knew who they were. So, all right, that's helpful. Other than that, I haven't heard of any field requests. Jay, do you know if the Lions Club is doing field day? I don't think I heard whether they were or not.
It's, I think it's still up in the air. We're trying to figure it out. Some want to do some form of field day. Others aren't as excited about it, but I've heard that whether the Lions do our portion of it or not, that Katie Young is still going to do some type of fair up there. So Katie should be getting you a field request for her portion anyway. So.
Okay, I
But
mean, 'cause
we're
actually-
gonna we have a meeting Wednesday. We'll probably have something to come out of that.
Okay, I mean, it's fine. I mean, actually, they already submitted it. They've actually been approved.
Oh.
I just don't know if it's gonna happen.
Oh.
Yeah, Joyce submitted that. She usually submits
Oh.
it like in January or something, so I'm quite sure we already have the field request. I just didn't know if it was gonna take place.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this point.
Okay.
What it's something maybe, but not
I do,
nothing like what it's been in the past.
I do know that there is, the townwide yard sale is going to be Labor Day weekend, and that's basically run by the seniors now. At the senior center, we do help organize it a little bit, but they've kind of taken it over in the last couple of years. But it doesn't involve the field at all. It just involves the seniors and getting publication out for it and all of that. But that will be Labor Day weekend. All right. Any other questions about that? No? So the next thing is park maintenance. So I don't know if there's been a lot of maintenance going on, other than to let you know that White Turf did go. You know what? It's the bill. I meant to open up the bill. Because we need to vote on how to pay it. So hold on just a second, please.
This is probably not going to be pretty. He was pretty concerned with the water damage in the snack shack.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he had to replace some heads, and he said the rain indicator's not working, so he was gonna order one. So let's see, do I dare look at this bill? That's not that bad, $615. I thought it was gonna be over 1,000, so that makes me feel good. So yeah, he had to replace, so he replaced the snack shack pipe. That looks like that was 125 in material. And then he was up there for 2 full days, and that was $490. let's see, filter and bandstand must be cleaned twice monthly or more if in heavy use. Little League field, and he did say the Little League field needs some work, but I told him not to touch it because they're supposed to be doing stuff up there this fall. So he did not do anything on the Little League field.
Does
Yeah,
that bill include the cost of the rain gauge, or are we gonna have to pay for that when it comes in?
that will be different. He did tell me that's like $150.
Oh, all right.
So it's not huge. And what he did tell me was that, which I did not know, is it's in the, is it called the cupola on top of the bandstand.
Huh.
So
Oh.
he said, so I'll have to go up there and take it down. I said, no, don't go on that roof.
Yeah.
And so he said it's not a big deal. He said it's just isn't working. So he was gonna get a new one. He'll just install it somewhere else. So he just has to install it somewhere
Oh.
where it can gather the rain. So it's not a problem. But yeah, he said that'd be about $150. And I said, well, that's a good thing because that well, we don't want that well to go dry. And he, and so he set it to work, to run, I think, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday mornings, early in the morning. So in regards to this bill, what I was gonna ask you about where to pay the funds from is we just received on July 1st our budget for 2021, fiscal year 2021. And so it did get cut, as you know, from 3,100 to 2,500. But because we can't put porta potties out there or anything, I would like to suggest that we pay this bill out of that fund.
How much was the bill just for the mini minutes?
15.
615.
Mhm. So someone has to recommend that if they agree, and then we'd have to vote on it. I can't recommend, I mean, I can recommend it, but I can't motion it.
A motion to pay the 615 out of the yearly budget, is that what it is?
Expense, yeah,
Expense?
expense account.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye, Captain. So, all right, we will do that. So that will leave us like $1,900. So, I mean, COVID has been positive in the sense that we're sitting on more money, but I don't know if anyone's complained at all about not having porta potties up there, but as far as I know, I have followed it as close as I can, that because we're not cleaning them on a regular basis daily, that we're not supposed to have them. So, so that's all I know. Any other business, old, new?
The only other thing is just, you know, if we want to do anything else with that bench, I know when I put it up there today, when I moved it, it felt pretty secure where it was there. But I know that we talked about maybe trying to put some kind of a pad or something there so that, you know, it doesn't get, you know, wrecked from people sitting on it on the uneven ground.
Go ahead, Jay.
Well,
Well, we moved it. So Jay and I moved it to the other side, and I think it set pretty level. It was
it's
definitely more.
okay. It's
Yeah.
still okay. It's still leaning a little forward overall, but we should. I wouldn't be opposed to digging out that hill a little bit, doing something to try to level it out.
Yeah, we should do something up. If we're gonna leave it on the hill, I think we should probably do something to put it on some flat ground.
Especially for the
Yeah, I
winter.
mean,
I think
yeah.
it's gonna get discouraged in the winter if it's on uneven ground and
That's fine.
you won't move it, but
Yeah.
Well,
We can go up anytime to do that. I don't know, did we want to get some, we changed it, yeah.
say again?
Yes. It's secure. We changed it. We changed it to that tree.
That's good.
So
Yeah, I mean,
Sandator
where
Park,
they had
kids
it,
swing
where they
set.
had it in the skate park actually looked kind of nice, and it was set nicely, but I just don't trust that it wouldn't get wrecked in there. I was happy to see that it wasn't wrecked when I walked in there, but it just too big of a chance, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that was
Yeah.
heavy. I can't believe you and your wife had to move it.
Well, it was me and my wife and one of my kids, you know, grabbed the side as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got it moved.
Danielle probably threw it over her shoulder and carried it
Yep.
up there, and
All by
Brian
herself.
just said good job.
She just threw it right over the fence.
The husband carrying events, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. Do you think we need to chain the other one too?
I mean, it's probably not a bad idea just to keep it from being moved. Where it was placed is on the side where kids were getting access to the top of the dugout. So that's already a problem.
Oh,
We
true.
probably don't want to add a bench to make it even easier to get up on top of the dugout. So it's probably a good idea.
All right, so maybe we should decide to move it. And if we chain it, I suppose we could chain it and lock it, but we're gonna probably have to move it maybe when they do the field work down there.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'll have to look. I think I have some of that plastic coated cable. I'll double check if I have it. And if so, we can just reuse that to lock it down. It's not doing anything but taking up space in the basement.
That's always a good idea. Get stuff out of there. So, all right, so we can always make a date if we want to go up there and do a couple of things, level off the, where the one is by the skate park and maybe secure that one. So
We should trim some of those branches too, just saying it out loud, so I don't forget.
clip
Trim
those
the branches, yeah.
On the
'Cause if you
tree?
sit in that bench, look out over the skate park, yeah, all the branches are hanging down. Just a couple of them.
So do we can pick a date now, or we can wait till the end of the summer, see where people are at. Doesn't matter to me. If it doesn't even need to be everyone. If a couple people want to get together.
My next couple weekends aren't very good, but we could go down there on a weeknight. If we get with a couple days notice, I'd be fine if anybody wants to go down.
All right,
Yeah,
maybe we'll wait till the weather cools down a little.
that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, today was pretty hot.
What?
Today was pretty hot.
Oh, it was. All right, well, we'll just sort of table that and, maybe by the next meeting, we can come up with a date. I know August is busy for me, but, but you're right. Maybe it can be just a weeknight, not a weekend. I don't think it'll take that long.
Probably not.
All right. Anything else we can think of?
That front gate on the that goes to the middle, the road that goes up to the bandstand.
Mhm.
That's been wide open. I know if I drive by, it's wide. That's a pretty heavy gate. That used to be shut all the time.
Yeah, it used to-
Is.
yeah.
I meant to look and see if there was used to be a chain and a lock on there. The Lions had on there, I think, but nobody here knows if that's still on there. Or, we didn't open it up, did we, for anything?
The one right in the middle?
Yeah.
Huh.
Big, heavy gate. I just hate to see it. I just hate to see that thing go swinging. That hurts somebody, especially a kid.
It was actually just secured by a rope. I mean, they had a rope and then they kind of just dangled that chain around it to make it look like it was locked with the chain in the lock, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know it wasn't actually locked. It just was a kind of a preventative, kind of a
Mhm.
thing. But I just would like to, so we should try to keep it closed if we can, just to,
Is the other
or
side
keep it
closed
open,
too?
whatever. But
Is the other side
one
closed? as
side
well?
was closed and one was closed, or one was partially closed and one was all the way open. Last time I
Right,
drove
but
by, I
the
meant to
gate
look at it
that's way
too.
on the right. Can people
The
get up
gate
on the
ro-
field, I guess is the question with cars, even if that is closed? Because that would be my concern.
The gate that's over by the skate park seems to always be open. Anybody can go up there. The other gate on
Yeah.
the far side by the pallet shop is always closed.
That one's always closed, yeah.
Yeah. So there's one in the middle. I just think if we can keep it closed just for safety, it's just so heavy.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can just kind of rope it up again if someone wants to go down. Well, I suppose I could probably do that tomorrow if I'm meeting Henry down there.
I might be able to meet you up
Could,
there at 10:30.
add another.
tomorrow.
What?
I might be able to meet you up there at 10:30, and I can take a look at it.
Maybe we can put a lock on it and add another key.
Yes.
Now that we have a new key master.
Yeah. Jay, key master.
I have one key. That's to the bench that we put today.
I know, and actually, I got to get my keys back from the irrigation guy. Well, he's probably keeping them until he can get that thing done, because he has mine. That's fine. Do you have any rope or anything we could use?
I've got a webinar at 11, so I'd have to make it quick, but I can come up with
I can
something. I can go up at 10.
Yeah, I can, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So that sounds good.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else. What?
Me either.
Anyone
Good,
want a
good.
motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Third.
All right. We're gonna